All right, teacher, are you ready?
Hello, grade 6. Welcome to the STEM Lockdown Digital School and welcome to your grade 6 first additional language writing lesson. Welcome. My name is Fiona Beale, Teacher Fiona, and I am your grade 6 first additional language teacher. So the chat box is open today and please, oh dear, just why is this going by itself? I hope it's not going by itself. So let me just go back to where I was. Right. The chat box is open, so every now and then I'm going to ask you questions. Please make sure, please answer them in the chat box so I can see what you're saying. Okay. I'm just going to stop my video for my presentation for 1 second to check whether this is going by itself, because I don't want everything to go by itself. Again, no, it's not. Okay. Sorry about that. So let's go back to this slide. This is a message from Africa Teen Geeks to say that they're no longer putting on the Zoom links on making them public. So your parents need to sign up for the newsletter to receive the Zoom links and regular updates about the free classes offered to grade R to 12 learners. And there is the link, registrations.africateengeeks.co.za. But I'm sure your parents have signed up, right? They'll get a newsletter. I get one every day, so you'll probably get one every day and it'll have the links. Okay, let's go on. So what are we going to do today? Well, here we go. We're going to be working from term 2 weeks 5 and 6 for the writing caps. We will be introduced to a writing task and a frame for today. Let's see if you can guess what it is by what I. You'll read an example letter. You'll notice how the frame is set out. You'll identify the different parts of a letter. You'll answer simple questions, plan a simple letter, write a simple letter, and follow a frame step by step. You'll use an informal style and you'll write 3 paragraphs. And of course, you'll use appropriate grammar, spelling, punctuation, and spaces between paragraphs. Got it? So you can see it's all about letters today, writing letters. We don't often write letters these days, do we? Because we write emails, but you could use this for your email. So let's read an example letter together, Wise. Yeah. I'm going to start with the address, 100 Yariba Street, Mitchell's Plain, 7785, 12th of February, 2020. I'd like you to read along with me. Okay, read out loud, practice your reading. Dear John, it was great seeing you at the school's cross-country championships last week. How are things going up there in Durban? I miss Durban. Are you reading along with me? Good. I now go to a big school near Cape Town. There are nearly 2,000 children at our school. Our school is quite near the sea. Did you see that the papers recently reported a shark attack that took place near to where I live? The man was actually saved by a seal. I hope you can convince your parents to let you visit me during the next school holidays. We can take a cable car up Table Mountain. We can go and see the penguins at Boulders Beach, and we can go to the beach and swim every day. Your friend, Jason. So there is our letter from Jason to John. So let's answer some questions quickly. I'd like you to write the answers in the chat box, okay, for this particular one. So, who is the, oops. Hang on, I'm just going to go and see here if this is going by itself. Why is it doing that? Going by itself all the time. All right. So we'll stop it there. Hope it doesn't go on. Okay. No, it is going on. So, who is the letter written to? Can you write in the box? Who? Jason wrote to some, Jason wrote the letter. Who did he write to? John, that's correct. Where did Jason, I'm not taking raised hands just now. I'm just going to ask you in the chat box for this particular activity. Where did Jason, who wrote the letter, where did he live? So someone's saying Cape Town. And whereabouts in Cape Town? Did you notice whereabouts he lives in Cape Town? You would have noticed in the address. Where does he live in Cape Town? Did anyone pick up the address? It was Mitchell's Plain. Okay. So, where do you think that he used to live in another place? Or has he always lived in Cape Town? Right, someone wrote there he lived in Durban. That's right. How many, he mentioned 2 items of news. What was the first item of news? Oh, this is going by itself. I don't know why. Okay. He mentioned a shark attack and he mentioned his school. Do you remember that? Okay. Right. So we're going to go on now. And this time, I want you to read the letter and notice how it's set out. Okay. So I'm going to start the letter. 100 Yariba Street, Mitchell's Plain, 7785, 12th of February, 2020. That is the address. Do you notice the address is mentioned, the postal code is mentioned, and the date? There's 3 things up there. Now, I want you to notice this very carefully because I'm going to do a little quiz after this to see if you've been watching, okay? And noticing all the different parts of a letter. Okay, so after the address, we misalign, and then we write the salutation. Salutation. Do you want to say that word with me? Salutation, like salute. Dear John. All right, you got that? Salutation. And then we miss another line, and then we start the letter. It was great seeing you at the school's cross-country championships last week. How are things going up there in Durban? I miss Durban. So that's paragraph 1. And paragraph 1 is kind of a greeting paragraph, sort of connecting with the person. I miss you. How are you? How are things going? Okay, so paragraph 1, and there are going to be 3 paragraphs, is connecting with the person, greetings. Then we get to the next paragraph. I now go to a big school near Cape Town. There are nearly 2,000 children at our school. Our school is quite near the sea. Did you see that the papers recently reported a shark attack that took place near to where I live? The man was actually saved by a seal. So that paragraph is the news paragraph. And the 2 items of news, big school, near the sea, and a shark attack. Got it so far? Okay, good. Let's go on to the third paragraph. I hope you can convince your parents to let you visit me during the next school holidays. We can take a cable car up Table Mountain. We can go and see the penguins at Boulders Beach, and we can go to the beach and swim every day. That's the third paragraph. That's the closing paragraph. Right, got that. The closing paragraph, bringing the letter to an end. And then your friend Jason. So that's a friendly closing. Your friend. We could also say love from, or see you soon, or some kind of friendly closing. And then he writes his name. Right, you got all those. Now are you ready for a little quiz in your book? So what we're going to do, I'm going to ask you to fill in the missing parts of the letter. Okay. Ready. And you can mark yourself out of 9 when we finished. So this first part there, which 3 things go there in that first part? Do you want to write those down? Right, you got that? You got that. So there are 3 things that go there. And right. So let's go on. What happens next? What does this blue line mean? Write it down. You got it? Right. Then we have this part where we say, dear somebody. What is it called? What's its special name? Starts with an S. An S. Right, you got that. Then we go to our next blue line. What does that stand for? These blue lines mean? Right, you've got your blue line. Have you got, do you know what that means? Let's go on. So that is the first paragraph. What type of paragraph is that? Right, have you got that written down? Good. Let's go on. Then we have paragraph 2. What is paragraph 2? That's the middle paragraph. What is the main thing in paragraph 2? What do you think? Paragraph 1 was something. Paragraph 2 is the main paragraph. What goes in the main paragraph? And now we've done all that and we're going to the third paragraph, the final paragraph. What is the final paragraph? And so we're getting now to the end. What 2 things go here at the end? What's first? What's first? And what goes right at the end? So you've got all 9 things there, right? All 9 things. So now we're going to check. You can mark yourself now. Right, let's go on. Here are the answers. So the very first one box was your address, the code, and the dates. Those 3 go together, your address, followed by your postal code, followed by the date. Did you get that? Good. Then we had to miss a line. Did you do that? You missed your line. Then we had the salutation. I wonder if you got that big word, salutation. It's like salute, but it's Asian, salutation. Right, then we had misaligned again. Then we had the first paragraph, which is the greetings paragraph, making the person feel comfortable and sort of easing into the letter. Then we had the second paragraph, which is the news paragraph. That's where Jason told all his news about his school, about living near the sea, and about the shark attack. And then we got the final paragraph in this letter, and that was the closing paragraph, where now he's trying to persuade John to come and visit him in Cape Town. And he said, we'll go to Boulders Beach, we'll go up Table Mountain, we'll swim in the sea every day. You can see that this was written before lockdown, right? It was before lockdown. Right, and then the final two things were a friendly closing, like your friend, and a name. So give yourself a mark out of 9. And I wonder how you did. How did you do? Right, I'm glad people are being honest and just saying 8 out of 9, 7 out of 9. Right, but well done if you got it all right. If you got it all right, it means you know how to set out a letter. Well done. Okay, let's go on. Now, today we're going to do a writing task, and we're going to write it right here in our lesson. What are we going to do? First of all, we're going to plan our letter. It's always good to plan something. Plan your letter. Then we're going to write the letter. And after that, we'll have raised hands, and maybe some of you can read your letter, right? Okay, let's give that a go. So let's plan the letter first. Have you got an empty page in front of you? Good. So on your empty page, we're going to do kind of a mind map. So in the middle of your page, decide who you're going to write to. Is it going to be a friend, an aunt, an uncle, a granny, a grandpa, a pen friend, a cousin? Who are you going to write to? And yes, I'd love you to read it on Flipgrid. Okay. So you know who you're going to write to? You could write to your mom or your dad. Okay, good. To somebody, write to somebody. Right, now the first thing you're going to put is your address. So don't write your address now, but just think about your address. What will your address be? And do you know your postal code? If you don't know your postal code for today, just make one up, 4 letters. I think, yeah. Okay. So you've got, you know, and of course the date. You'll always have the date. Right, you know who you're going to do? Okay, let's go to the next part. How are you going to start your letter? Are you going to say, dear John? Or are you going to say, hello, John? Are you going to say, good morning, John? What are you going to do? How are you going to start your letter? Your friendly letter. Okay. You got your ideas? Good. Then we're going to do our first paragraph. And our first paragraph is the one where we do, why isn't this going? There we go. So it's our greeting paragraph where we make the person feel comfortable. So we will ease into the letter. I haven't seen you for so long, or I'm missing you, or I can't wait to see you again. Right, just jot down some keywords. We won't do raise hands now. Just now we'll do that. Okay, so you've got your greetings paragraph. Right, let's go on. So now we're going to get to paragraph 2, and this is your news paragraph. Now you've got lots of news. Lockdown, at home, masks, sanitizers, no school, remote learning, no playing with friends. What is your news? Try and have 2 or 3 items of news in your second paragraph. Right. Right. So yes, somebody is saying that when we read it out, you don't say your address. That's quite right. You don't give away your address when we're reading it out. Okay, but if you were writing your letter, you would put your address. So when you read it on Flipgrid, leave out the address. That's quite right. Oh, baking cake. That's lovely news. Yum. Right, you got a couple of keywords about your news. Then we're going to go on to paragraph 3. And in paragraph 3, you're starting to close your paragraph. So you might not have any news. You might say, when shall we meet again? Or I hope you'll write back to me, or something to start closing your paragraph. You got your keywords, and then paragraph 3 is going to be where you end off. And actually, it's not a paragraph, sorry. That shouldn't say paragraph, it should say ending. So number 6 is the ending, which should say, which is your friendly greeting, your friend or your cousin or your loving granddaughter, your grandson, your daughter, or love you lot, something like that, and then your name. Okay, got that. Good. So we've planned our letter. Always good to plan your letter. Now we're going to do this step by step. So you just so that you practice writing a letter. So start on a clean full page and write your address, your code, and the date. And these are the things you leave out when you are reading your letter. Right, everyone got that? And of course, miss a line. Good. So now we're going to go on to step 2. So you should already have written your address and you should have missed a line. Now you're going to write your salutation. Dear so-and-so. Hello so-and-so. Good morning so-and-so. So write your salutation and then we're going to miss another line. Okay, got that part? Good. I hope you are doing this step by step with me because it will help you to remember how to set out a letter later when you get back to school. Okay, step 3 now, you're going to write your first paragraph. So you've done your address, you've missed your line, you've given your salutation, you've missed another line, and now it's your first paragraph, which is a kind of a greetings paragraph. How are you? I miss seeing you. It was great seeing you last year when we were in Durban, something like that. A greetings paragraph, opening paragraph. Right, you got that? Good. Now we're going to write the second paragraph. So let's review what you've got. You've got your address, you've missed a line, you've got the salutation, you've missed a line, you've written your first paragraph. Now you're going to write your news paragraph. So write your news paragraph. Mention 2 or 3 items of news. Right. You got your news, 2 or 3 items of news. Good. Now the third paragraph. So let's review. You've got your address, you've missed a line, you've got your salutation, missed another line. You're setting it all out properly. There's your first paragraph. And you've written your item of news. Now it's going to be your closing paragraph. Maybe you want your friend to come and stay with you, or maybe you want to go and visit your granny, or maybe you want to, what do you want to do? How would you like to close your paragraph? Right. Right. Now to the very end of your letter, your closing and the name. So first of all, you wrote your address, right? Then you missed a line. You wrote your salutation, you missed a line. You did your first paragraph. You did your second paragraph. You did your closing paragraph. And now you're going to do a friendly closing and your name. Right. Okay, so we have now got our letter written. Is there anybody that would like to read the letter from the part where it says, Dear so-and-so, to the end? if you'd like to read out your letter, raise your hand and then our host will choose someone. Talia, I see Talia's raised her hand.
Can I pick anyone?
Okay, Talia was first. If you want to pick Talia.
Sure. Talia, can you speak up, please, dear?
Okay. So I wrote my address.
Yes.
And then I wrote my salutation.
Right. Read it and then, yes. Do you want to read it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So, dear friend, it's been a long time without seeing you. I am missing you so much. I wish I could see you again. It was so fun being with you when we closed schools. Do you remember the case we were dealing with in our country, COVID-19? It seems like it is very dangerous. Lots of people are dying from it. I hope we can get over it. I wish you could come visit me. It is very fun here. If you could come, we could play by the trampoline, we could swim and play on the treehouse. From your loving friend, Talia Tuswapiwe. Thank you.
Fantastic letter. Well done. Very, very good. I really think that was stunning. Well done. Shall we choose someone else now? Who else shall we have? I saw the name Adele. So, Candy, are you choosing someone?
Adele, you're unmuted. Please speak up. Adele? Treasure, please speak up. You're unmuted.
Yes.
Hello. Are you going to read to us?
Ma'am?
Hello.
It's Shriyasha.
Hi.
I'm going to read out.
Okay.
I wrote out the address, the code, and the date.
Right.
It says, Dear Adam,
Right.
I've missed you so much ever before we closed schools.
Yes.
And that I miss the times where we were best friends. We used to play together and all the things we've done.
Very good.
I really miss you, and I wish you came to my house. We slept over, and this instead of this COVID-19. So I really miss you, and I hope you respond to my letter. Your friend, Triasha.
Good. Very nice. Well done, Triash. And thank you for reading out. That's so stunning. Thank you. Who will be next?
Ma'am, we've got no hands.
Okay, no hands. Well, thank you very much to those two people for reading out their letters. I really did appreciate that. And I see somebody wrote their letter. JD wrote his part of it in the chat box. Thank you, JD. Well done, everyone. So hopefully now you understand about how a letter is set out. And if you would like me to hear you reading your letter, just from the dear to the end, I would love to hear it on Flipgrid. There's the code A745C089, only with your parents' permission, of course. Okay. So, repeating the code, A745C089. Now we've really come to the end of the lesson. So let me remind you of what you did today. You worked from term 2, week 5 and 6 of the CAPS curriculum for writing. You read an example letter and you noticed how the frame was set out. So we went over the frame of a letter quite a few times so that you won't forget it. And you identified the different parts of a letter. This is a friendly letter that we're talking about. We answered some simple questions about the example letter that you read. And then we planned the letter. Always good to plan something first. You wrote the letter and you followed the frame step by step. You used an informal style of your writing and you wrote 3 paragraphs. And hopefully you used appropriate grammar, spelling, punctuation. And did you remember to put spaces between your paragraphs? Right, well done. So that was what we did today. If you want to find out more about writing letters, there is a video called How to Write a Letter for Kids on YouTube. Why did you write to a family member this week? Even maybe send it by email. Okay. I'd like to invite you to the next lesson on Monday, the listening and speaking lesson for term 2. And it involves personal recounts, similar to what we did this week. So thank you, everybody, for coming today. It was lovely to have you join us. And see you Monday. Bye-bye. Bye.